Hey there, before we dive into something truly remarkable, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next because what I'm about to show you could change the way you think about collectibles forever. Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine holding a piece of history right in the palm of your hand. Something small, yet immensely powerful, not just in the stories it carries, but in the potential value it holds. That's exactly what we're looking at today, and it's going to blow your mind that we're talking about a coin that was minted in 1998, during a time when South Africa was stepping into a new era. The country was changing, the economy was evolving, and the very metal of this coin carries the spirit of that transformation. But this isn't just any coin. This coin, the 2 Rand from 1998, is rare. And when I say rare, I don't mean just hard to find in circulation. I mean rare in a way that only serious collectors dream about, something that could define a legacy. Think about it for a moment. You've probably held coins in your life, maybe even stacked them in jars as a kid, not knowing that one day, one of those coins could be worth more than a lifetime of savings. This is the story of one such coin. Its history isn't loud or flashy, but its presence is undeniable. Every detail, from the intricate engravings to the weight and feel, tells a story of craftsmanship and careful design. Now, let's get into what makes this coin truly extraordinary. Coins like this often carry subtle quirks. A tiny misprint, a slight variation in the minting, or even the wear patterns over decades can turn something ordinary into something incredibly valuable. Collectors spend years hunting for these very imperfections because they mark the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one that could secure a fortune. And the 2 Rand 1998 is one of those coins. It's not just a currency. It's a piece of art, a fragment of history, and, as you'll see, a potential treasure. Imagine walking into a room and holding a coin that could catch the attention of the world's most discerning collectors. They study every edge, every engraving, every sheen, and they're willing to pay handsomely for something unique. That's the power this coin has. It's not about bragging rights. It's about owning something that could literally be life-changing. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a coin. But here's the secret that most people overlook. Coins are a reflection of a moment in time. They capture a country's pride, its economy, and even its struggles. And some coins, just a few, in fact, carry more than just a monetary value. They carry a story so compelling that collectors and investors alike will stop at nothing to own it. This 2 Rand coin is more than metal. It's a conversation starter, a testament to patience and foresight, and, believe it or not, it could be one of the smartest investments you've ever made. Because while the world's stock markets fluctuate and trends come and go, coins like this, they endure. Their value is timeless. Let me take you on a mental journey. Picture a collector, maybe sitting at a wooden desk in a quiet study, sifting through hundreds of coins. Most of them are ordinary, some are slightly interesting. Then, their eyes land on a 2 Rand 1998. Instantly, there's recognition, not just for what it is, but for what it could be worth. That moment, that heartbeat, that is what collectors live for. And that moment could be yours. And here's the thing. The beauty of coins like this is that they're tangible. Unlike stocks, bonds, or cryptocurrencies, you can hold them, feel them, and pass them down to the next generation. There's a connection there that digital assets simply cannot replicate. It's history, it's value, and it's personal. Every scratch and shine tells a story that cannot be duplicated. Now, let's talk about rarity in a more practical sense. The 2 Rand 1998 was produced during a period of meticulous minting, but only a limited number reached pristine condition. That's where the real magic happens. A coin in excellent condition, untouched, uncirculated, perfect, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Collectors hunt for decades for these kinds of finds, and when they appear, they are often snatched up almost instantly. Think of it like this. Everyone sees the coin, but only a few recognize its true potential. And those who do, well, they understand that value isn't just about numbers. It's about foresight, timing, and understanding the market. Owning a coin like this isn't just about possession. It's about strategy. It's about knowing that something small today could be worth a fortune tomorrow. And here's a little secret for you. While many people focus on newer collectibles or trendy items, the real opportunities are often hidden in plain sight. A coin minted decades ago, quietly resting in a drawer or a collection, waiting for someone who understands its worth. That's where you can make the difference. That's where smart collectors get ahead. That's where fortunes are quietly made. Now, before we reveal the truly astonishing part, let me remind you, this isn't just hype. This is an exaggeration. This is history, rarity, and investment wrapped into one small, heavy, and perfectly preserved coin. For anyone who appreciates the thrill of discovery, the value of history, and the potential of an extraordinary investment, this is the moment you've been waiting for. So, here's the incredible truth about the 2 Rand 1998 from South Africa. The coin, in pristine condition, is not just a collector's item. It's not just a piece of metal. Today, this rare coin could fetch a staggering value. Hold on to your seat. An estimated $15 million. Yes, you heard that right. $15 million for a coin that might have been sitting quietly in a collection, waiting for someone who could recognize its true potential. This isn't fantasy. This is the reality of collecting rare, historical coins. And for those who understand, for those who pay attention, it's more than a number. It's a testament to vision, patience, and a little bit of luck. The 2 Rand 1998 isn't just money. It's legacy, it's history, and it's a story that could change someone's life. So remember, the next time you stumble across a coin in your collection, don't dismiss it. Study it, research it, appreciate it, because one day, that small piece of metal might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. And if you want to stay on top of the most incredible finds, the rarest collectibles, and the stories that make history come alive, make sure you're subscribed right now. You never know when the next treasure could be waiting for you. Welcome back to the channel, gentlemen. Before we dive into something truly remarkable, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You're not going to want to miss a single story we uncover here. Today, we're talking about a coin that's not just rare, it's legendary. A coin that, for decades, has whispered tales of history, wealth, and intrigue. And if you're watching this right now, there's a very good chance it could change the way you look at collectible coins forever. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history. Something minted over 2 decades ago, with a design that harks back to the pride and tradition of South Africa. I'm talking about the 2 Rand 2000 coin, the old coat of arms version. For many, it may seem just like any other coin from the turn of the millennium. But for collectors, enthusiasts, and investors who know their stuff, this coin is in a league of its own. Now, let me set the scene. Picture South Africa in 2000, a country embracing the new millennium with optimism and pride. The mints were producing coins that celebrated not just currency, but culture, heritage, and artistry. The old coat of arms series was a nod to the nation's history, a symbol of pride and continuity. It's not just a coin, it's a statement, a small, metallic representation of a larger story. And over the years, this coin has gained a reputation that goes far beyond its face value. Collectors have always known that not all coins are created equal. Some coins sit quietly in circulation, others vanish into private collections, and then there are those rare coins that hold a secret power, their scarcity. The 2 Rand 2000 Old Koe is one of those. Over the years, many were lost, forgotten, or melted down. Fewer than the original mintage remain in pristine condition today, and that rarity is exactly what drives the fascination and the value. Now, I know many of you watching have spent years collecting coins, carefully inspecting each one, weighing its significance, and imagining the stories it carries. This coin is not just a collector's item. It's a conversation starter, a bridge to the past, and for some, a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Every scratch, every shine, every subtle detail of the old coat of arms tells a story. And those stories are what make this coin so compelling. You might be thinking, but it's just a 2 Rand coin. And I get it. That's exactly what makes the surprise at the end even more powerful. What seems ordinary at first glance is extraordinary when you understand the context. The design itself is meticulous. The old coat of arms, the intricate lines, the symbols that speak of governance, pride, and a nation's identity. And over time, coins like this become more than currency. They become a testament to the era in which they were made. For those of us who remember the early 2000s, this coin carries a nostalgic weight. It reminds us of an era that feels just a heartbeat away, yet is steeped in history. It's the kind of item that, when you hold it, you feel connected to something larger than yourself, a story that spans generations. And if you're someone who appreciates rarity, craftsmanship, and history, this coin speaks directly to you. But here's where it gets really interesting. Beyond the history, beyond the nostalgia, is the value. You see, coins like this are not just about sentimental worth, they're about financial opportunity. The 2 Rand 2000 old Koei has been quietly gaining attention in collector circles, auctions, and private sales. People who recognized its rarity early on have watched its value climb steadily, far beyond what most would expect from a coin that started its life as everyday currency. Imagine this, a coin that, 25 years ago, you could pick up for a few rands, now commanding the attention of collectors and investors from around the world. Every small scratch, every preserved detail adds to its story and its price tag. People who have this coin today are sitting on something that could very well be worth more than most imagine. And that's the beauty of rare coins. They're living history, tangible wealth, and art all in one. Now, I know many of you enjoy a good story, a little suspense, and the thrill of discovery. That's why this coin is perfect. It's not flashy, it doesn't shout for attention, but for those who know its significance, it's like finding a hidden gem in plain sight. Collectors who have invested time in understanding South African coins know this one is a standout. And for those looking to start or expand their collections, this coin represents an opportunity that doesn't come around often. Gentlemen, imagine walking into a room, placing this coin on the table, and watching the reactions. You're holding a piece of South African history, a coin that has survived decades, and one whose rarity is only now being fully appreciated. That sense of pride, of owning something truly exceptional, is priceless. And it's not just about personal enjoyment. This is a coin that carries potential financial reward, prestige, and the satisfaction of knowing you're preserving a part of history. And here's the part that might just leave you stunned. This seemingly humble 2 Rand coin, the old coat of arms version from the year 2000, has recently been valued in some rare collector circles at a figure that will make your jaw drop. Collectors and investors have recognized its scarcity, its historical importance, and the demand among coin enthusiasts worldwide. And now, this coin has reached a value that most would never have imagined. $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million for a coin that started as everyday currency. Think about that for a moment. The ordinary becoming extraordinary. The overlooked turning into legendary. A small piece of metal representing the pride and history of a nation, now carrying a value that could change lives. That, gentlemen, is the power of rare coins. The way they connect us to the past while offering the potential for a remarkable future. So, if you have any coins tucked away, if you've ever wondered about the stories hidden in your collection, take a closer look. History has a way of revealing itself when you least expect it. And the 2 Rand 2000 old coat of arms coin is the perfect reminder that sometimes treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge, passion, and patience to uncover them. Remember, this isn't just about the money. It's about owning a piece of history, about being part of a story that spans generations. And if this video has sparked even a flicker of curiosity in you, make sure you subscribe because we'll continue to uncover coins, artifacts, and treasures that defy expectations and redefine what collectors know about value and history. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me through this journey. And next time you see a coin that seems ordinary, remember this story. Sometimes, the most unassuming pieces hold the most extraordinary secrets. And the 2 Rand 2000 old coat of arms coin? Well, it just might be the crown jewel of them all. Imagine holding a coin no larger than your thumb, yet carrying within it the whispers of history, identity, and prestige. This is not just any coin. This is the 2007 South African 2 Rand, a seemingly simple piece of metal that bears far more than just a face value. On one side, the national coat of arms rises in fine detail. The shield, the tusks, the secretary bird in flight, all composed in a delicate balance of symmetry and symbolism. Beneath it is inscribed, K-E-E-Zera-K, a phrase from the Zam language meaning diverse people unite. Around the edges, the country's name appears in English and Tsonga, South Africa, Afrikaans. On the reverse, a majestic greater kudu stands poised, its horns spiraling skyward, the engraver's initials ALS tucked near the denomination 2 Rand. At first glance, it may look like an everyday circulating coin, and in fact, millions were minted. The standard version, struck in nickel-plated copper, weighs about 5.50 grams, has a diameter of 23 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Its edges are milled and interrupted in 5 segments, giving it a distinctive feel between your fingers. This coin belongs to South Africa's 3rd decimal series, introduced in 1989, designed to replace earlier currency systems and bring unity to the nation's coinage design. In 2007 alone, more than 32.58 million of these coins were struck. Muntstuck.com +2 Online Coin Club +2, yet within that vast mintage lies a twist. Proof strikes. A limited number of these coins were produced as proofs, coins struck with special care, polished planchets, and sharper detail. The proof versions exist in a handful of specimens, around 1,280, and are set aside for collectors. Online Coin Club +2 Muntstuck.com +2 to hold one in your hand is to hold a rarity far beyond the circulation pieces. Why is this coin so compelling? Because its design, its symbols, and its era converge in a meaningful way. The coat of arms adopted in 2000 speaks to a post-apartheid identity, a nation redefined. The motto in the indigenous language evokes unity through diversity. The kudu, a native antelope, represents strength and grace. Each detail is carefully chosen, each line purposeful. The coin is more than currency. It is art, narrative, and memory struck in metal. Collectors may look first at scarcity, though the circulation version is quite common. Only a tiny fraction survive in uncirculated condition, and fewer still in perfect proof form. The proof piece from 2007 is not easily found, and when one emerges in the market, it draws immediate attention. Beyond scarcity, condition matters. Flaws, scratches, toning, and handling all erode value. A pristine proof, with mirror fields and frosted devices, commands the highest premiums. Next, provenance and certification elevate desirability. A coin certified by a reputed numismatic grading service with a verifiable history promises authenticity and trust. Contrary to what many believe, age is not the sole measure of a coin's worth. A coin minted in the 1800s but abundant in supply may be less prized than a modern proof struck in limited quantity. This 2007 coin sits at an intersection, modern yet historic, symbolic yet tangible. Its design reflects a transitional era in South Africa. Its proof rarity anchors its collectability. Its potential for long-term appreciation lies in the delicate balance between historical relevance and physical scarcity. Imagine introducing this coin to viewers, the smooth edge, the gleam of its surface, the two sides telling different stories. Speak of how ordinary coins pass unnoticed through pockets and registers, yet proof coins are treasures rarely seen. You might describe setting up a close-up shot, the coat of arms softly lit to reveal every line, the kudu's curves accentuated by shadow. You could narrate the symbolism behind the motto and how such inscriptions tie coinage to national identity. Then let the camera follow the edge, subtly showing the interrupted milling, the texture that separates this coin from everyday change. You might next weave in the journey from mint to collector, how the South African mint and Centurion oversaw production, how proof coins were segregated, how many survived decades of handling or neglect. Mention that in the marketplace today, ordinary 2007 2 Rand coins trade at only a few dollars at most. Numismatic catalogs list their value between roughly $2 to $3 for circulated pieces and modestly higher for ones in near mint condition. Pharonum plus 2 Nemista plus 2, but the proof piece stands in a different stratum entirely. Its rarity transforms it from everyday coinage into a numismatic trophy to make the coin compelling to your audience. Dwell not just on the metal and motif, but on the stories it carries. The nation's rebirth, the role of language and culture, the quiet pride of a design that reaches across divides. Invite your audience to imagine owning a piece of that story. Address the skeptical viewer. You might ask, why pay so much for one coin from 2007? The answer lies in what that coin represents. Not just minting, but meaning. Not just metal, but memory. Then lead them gently to the climax. Paint the prestige of owning a coin that few will ever see, let alone hold. A proof 2 Rand from 2007, preserved in pristine condition, certified, ready to be the centerpiece of a collection. Such a coin doesn't just sit in a drawer, it becomes a legacy. As interest in modern coins with deep symbolism grows, as collectors seek stories not just age, this coin has the potential to appreciate in stature and value.